What's up, peeps? What's up? What's up? What's up? We have a really interesting day today. How's everybody doing? Of course, now one quick fair warning before we do get into it. We're having bad weather. You guys do know Louisiana might begin with a hurricane pretty soon here. So if there's anything that goes wrong, any lag, any power outage, anything like that, we're going to try to get it fixed up as soon as we possibly can. So what is going on, everybody? Of course, we are on episode 5 of the Gem Finder series. And as we do start to get towards, a good bit into the season, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to, of course, be looking at some new cryptos, as well as going over some of our previous cryptos from last season. Gorilla Diamond, of course, came into the series as our number 1 contender and is here from last season, trying to gain that first place spot. So we're going to be kind of quick reviewing them, just going over some new events and trying to figure out, anything new that needs to be added to that, the Gorilla Diamond's resume to be on the contenders, of course. Then we're going to be going over Wanderlust quickly. We're going to be ranking them as well. This is a crypto that was in pre-sale when we talked about them the first time. But you guys do know I do not rank any cryptos that are in pre-sale. They're not a part of the series. They're not a part of the contenders, as they are just such a high level of risk that I don't want to put my subscribers into that, even in the slightest. So we don't rank them. We don't do anything like that. But the pre-sale has finally ended. And so with that, we can now go into it and give them a ranking and things of that nature. Then, of course, we do have our Twitter special, which is going to be one in which we go on Twitter. I make a post and I welcome all shilling on that specific post. Of course, any shilling outside that post will get very annoying, so please don't do it. But we are going to be looking at our Twitter special, of course, in which crypto did get the most engagement on that post. And then lastly, we do have chat's choice, of course, where you guys do let me know, hey, what crypto do you want to see? What crypto do you want us to go over? And then with that, we are going to take a look at it before we do wrap up the stream here. Now, just some general information, of course, for those of you who are new to the series, if we do have any spam, if there's any repeated comments, if there's any just constant, just posting of the same thing over and over again, you will be temporarily muted. We don't want this to be a shilling community. The shilling can be done on Twitter or when asked, or, for the chat's choice, but not during the stream and throughout the whole thing. It does get frustrating for the viewers, and that's something we want to avoid. So, of course, please avoid doing that as much as possible. And, of course, with that being said, of course, let's go ahead and let's get into this thing. Any general rules, any, information that you do need to know is all provided in the description below. But basically, to keep it short, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at cryptos, ranking them, and then putting them into our contenders. So these contenders are going to be the people who did get the best ranking out of all of the cryptos that we go over. And so the ones that get the highest ranking will compete at the end of the season to find out who is the true gem of the series. Now, last season that we did have, of course, season number 1, we found Meta Hero, which is now up over 300% since the moment that we went over them, and still up over 150% since the moment they won Gem Finders. I don't believe I did that, but I definitely am happy that we were able to find it so early and that some people were able to capitalize on that. And so, of course, today's goal and this season's goal is to find another gem with that same amount of potential. And so with that being said, of course, we're going to open up the chat. We do have about 1 minute to 2 minutes here before we do actually have to get into looking at these different cryptos. So if there's anything you want to say, if there's anybody in here who we do know, big shout out to you. Let's kind of jump into the chat here. And then in about 1 minute, we're going to open this thing on up and we're going to get it going. Now, of course, now that we are going here, of course, is there any issues? Is my screen okay? Is it blurry? Is it laggy? Is the sound okay? Definitely please let me know that. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to check it on my phone. And I think we're all good to go. I think we are all good to go. Definitely please let me know. I'm going to give this a quick little check here, and then we should be great to go. Big shout out to Mike Johnson. Happy to be here. AGI. Everyone go smash that like button to show support. Big shout out to Mike Johnson. I do appreciate the $50 donation. Of course, all love, homie. And as you can see, Mike Johnson is a part of the Wanderlust team. They have a fantastic project from what it seems. And so, of course, we're going to go ahead and we're going to rank that thing on up today. And so I do appreciate you jumping in. Now, of course, let me go ahead and just quickly double check everything. Yep, we look all good. We look good to go, which is fantastic. I have all types of stuff. You guys know that whenever we tried to start this season, it was delayed by like 2 weeks because of technical difficulties. I ended up getting a new setup, a new everything, literally completely everything new. And so with that, I get a little paranoid. So I'm going to check it more often than I should. And so, but I'm sure you guys understand. So let's jump into the chat here. Again, we got about 1 minute before we have to get going. And so, yeah, of course, again, this is today's info. Now, one thing that I do want to go over while we do open up the chat here is that, as you can see on the screen, we do have a sponsored crypto. Rhythm Music is the one we're going over today. In terms of sponsorships, I don't think that sponsorships are harmful as long as they're done right. And so with that, I am going to be bringing on sponsored cryptos as I have pretty much throughout the entire season 1 and season 2. Now, for any info, just for people who do want to maybe sponsor the stream, here are some basic requirements that are non-negotiable. Okay, you absolutely must dox yourself to me or to your community one way or another. I don't care what it is. It's not just writing a list of names. I have to see social profiles. I have to see a LinkedIn. I have to see something like that to prove that it is you. That is non-negotiable, and I will not answer if that's not provided. Secondly, you absolutely have to have an audit done or in progress. If you have not been audited, I don't want to look at it because, again, it's all up to me to make sure that I'm not bringing anything risky to my subscribers at my own compensation. Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair to anyone who is involved with this. And so with that, absolutely must be audited. Secondly, you must have basic security measures, multi-sig wallets, nothing too crazy. And you absolutely have to provide me with a token supply breakdown. If you don't provide me with a token supply breakdown, I will not review the token. So those are just 3 basic requirements. The rest are listed down below, or you can email me to get further requirements, as there are also 3 more below that. Now, with that being said, let's jump into the chat. Now, one quick reminder is everyone, please don't spam. If anyone does spam, if you do constantly just say just the name of a token or something like that, you will get temporarily muted, and we don't want to do that. We do have moderators in the chat, and so please just be, of course, respectful to everybody else who's just here to have a good time and look at some cryptos, okay? So let's see who all we got in here. I just saw my homie, Jim Jarvis. What's up, homie? If you guys don't know, Jim Jarvis is like a Jim in his own sense on this series. Jim is always here, and I love him. So major shout out to Jim Jarvis. All right, we're going to get this thing going in about a minute here. Shout out to Shrinks. Good seeing you again, Tyler. Please check M Content. They released their first movie about El Salvador in a few weeks. Their president is there too. I remember going over M Content. Maybe we will bring them back at some point. We do have a full schedule today, so it probably won't be able to happen today, but we can definitely give it a look sometime soon here. I almost said that name. Don't do that. Okay. Paul, the GOAT. Oh, wait. Okay, Paul, I know I'm not supposed to put your things on the screen, but big shout out to Paul. He always makes so much, he always makes such a big difference on the stream. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's get into it. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Of course, if you are ready, you can let me know by smashing that like button. We're at 93 concurrent viewers, which means 93 people are currently looking at my face, which is kind of weird, but we're going to go ahead, just smash that like button, and let's get into this thing, okay? So first and foremost, we're going over rhythm music. Let's get this pulled up, and we are going to look into it. So they have a very interesting idea, and they have some strong fundamentals. So, of course, as you guys do know, I do have my basic requirements. They are fully doxed, as we can see here. All social profiles, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all of them, and their emails provided, which is absolutely amazing. We also can see, if we do come back up to the top, they have an audit that has been published, and they have provided me with their total supply breakdown, just to show you guys that I am holding up to my criteria for sponsorships, just to make sure that I can ensure your safety as much as I can, right? Of course, this is a very risky space. You guys do need to understand that. This is the most risky cryptos of all cryptos, is the ones that are new. That doesn't mean that they're all scams, but it means that there's a lot more risk involved, and you definitely need to take safety precautions when investing into them if you do choose. Okay, so let's get into it. So what is Rhythm? Rhythm.cash is the website, of course, and it says that this is going to be the bridge between DeFi and the music industry. Rhythm plans to revolutionize music monetization by creating a tokenized music ecosystem. Our tech rate audit has been published. We can't see that, and we'll go over that in a second. So let's see what their mission is. So their mission is to build the next generation of music creation and streaming tools for consumers and artists with a bridge between the music industry and DeFi. Pave the future of both crypto and music industry with an ecosystem that boasts of a new and improved solution for paying artists and products that will innovate both industries. Of course, and as we do get into it, please let me know. Is everything good? Sounds good? Look good? Just to double check there. Okay. All right. Okay. So what are their products? So they have one main product at the moment, which is going to be the Beat Playlist. It is a desktop music streaming platform powered by YouTube that will release in beta during Q3 2021, which is, of course, the quarter that we are in right now. Rhythm will be integrated into Beat Playlist as the platform's currency, powering our NFT albums, singles, playlists, and pins, and will offer wallet perks such as free premium to wallet holders of more than 10 million tokens and much more. Learn about Rhythm and Beat Playlist through the white paper, in which we will go to right now. Now, one thing I do prefer about this one is I've always been, I've always said that I believe that there will be somehow the implementation of crypto within every single aspect of life. I've always said that. And one thing that we are lacking still is, your Spotify's, your Apple Musics, and things of that nature. We haven't really seen crypto implemented into that in any way, right? And so I do believe that this is a fresh space, and I think it's something that people could, take advantage of, especially if they do take advantage of that growth potential. And so it's definitely an interesting one. Now, one thing that I will say is that when we've seen other cryptos that are starting to implement music is that they'll go more focused towards like music festivals and things like that. And I feel at this moment that that is not necessarily the best way to go, just in my personal opinion, especially with the spread of the virus and things of that nature. Like, we don't know the future of music festivals right now. And so with that, there can be limited potential, especially while this bull run does continue. Well, one reason why I do like this one is that they're more focused towards, just the putting out of how do you explain it? Like playlists and things like that that people can do from home or wherever they are from. And I think that that is a lot more functionable, and I think that it is more practical. So that's just kind of one of the reasons why it was appealing to me. So let's talk about what they are. Let's talk about what they do and much more, of course. So welcome to the Rhythm white paper. This white paper contains the project's wallet, holder perks, tokenomics, and safety measures. So as tokens are burned, the minimum amount of tokens required for each tier will be lowered. More perks will be added to this list in the future, and perk suggestions are welcomed. And they are new. They are taking recommendations from the crypto community. They're still building, so of course, do take that as you do. So all holders, 3% of every transaction is redistributed to Rhythm holders. 25% of all fiat paid premium subscriptions will be invested into the Rhythm liquidity pool every month. So one reason I do like that is because they've created a platform in which holders can, receive value from the platform. Because some cryptos, they'll have the token itself, and then they'll have these multiple like subscription services or things of that nature, and the holders aren't really rewarded at all from those side gigs, right? Those side things. But one thing that they are doing actually is that they're saying we're not necessarily giving back the fiat that is made out to the holders, but we're putting it into the liquidity pool, which is beneficial to everybody, right? So first 10,000 holders will receive the early adopter NFT pin when the community market opens. Purchase Beat Playlist Premium using Rhythm. Provide your Rhythm wallet address when you purchase Beat Playlist Premium to receive an airdrop. So you will also be receiving some tokens, which is of course pretty fantastic. So it's kind of a win-win there if you do want to take advantage of their platform. So, and also guys, okay, we're good. I thought it was spam, but it's not. Just be careful with the emojis. Okay. So 10 million, let's talk about some of these tiers, of course, as they do have tiers, and that is going to be a big part of it itself. So 10 million plus token holders, the ones who are, do have a more substantial amount, is going to include silver tier perks, free Beat Playlist Premium as long as the wallet connected to your account holds over 10 million tokens, early access to Beat Playlist beta testing, gold tier Discord role, and millionaire NFT pin, which is the gold edition. That's the gold tier. The silver tier, sorry, I skipped this one. The silver tier Discord role, millionaire NFT pin, in front of the waiting list for future airdrops. Now, if you have the diamond tier, 50 million plus token holders, include silver and gold tier perks, early access to purchase community market NFT pins, diamond tier Discord roles, and access to diamond tier chats, automatic entry into every lottery with one free ticket, which is pretty sick, and the millionaire NFT pin. Now, some people aren't necessarily for when cryptos will give more rewards based off the more tokens you hold, because they're like, it's a pyramid scheme. One thing that I will say is that we see this type of structure within all of, especially in this space. Think about it. You can get Spotify, or you can get Spotify Premium, which is going to, provide you with more benefits if you pay the cost, right? And so we see that kind of structural, the more you pay, the better it is style, especially within the space a lot. And so I definitely think that it makes sense that they would create tiers of this nature. Now, in terms of tokenomics and the token itself, there's only a 20 billion total supply. You guys do know I like that. I like the minimal, I like minimal tokens. I don't like when they need 10 quadrillion, 100 quadrillion. It just doesn't make sense to me. Keeping it in the billions, even the trillions, or up to 1 quadrillion is great with me. Anything other than that is a little too much. So I definitely like that. 1.7 billion burn tokens, 750 million team member tokens, and burn will stop at 1 billion tokens. We will hold a vote. Now, we definitely do want to pay attention to that, of course, as there are 750 million team tokens, and if burn stopped at 1 billion tokens, then that would start to be a bit of a differential, of course, in terms of proportions and the ratios in which the team has compared to the community. So that's definitely one to watch out for. You guys do know anything that could be a potential issue in the future, I will point out. And that's the only thing that I do see in my honest review, in that there could be something there is definitely worth mentioning. Now, the transaction tax, 10%, simple, not too much, not too little, 5% to LP, 3% to holders, and 2% added to the artist wallet, with of course a button here in which you can see when the token or when the spending happens. And I love that when they provide that, because that helps with transparency and that helps with comfortability. Those are the two biggest things in terms of crypto security for me that I think are absolutely necessary. So big kudos to them for putting that button there. Now, let's see. So token stats. So this is the price. They're at 1,500 holders, so still very new, 1.4 million market cap. And of course, you can see a breakdown of their tier here. So one thing, just in terms of the problem and what issues they're trying to solve, it says that the music industry has barely touched market in crypto space due to the difficulty of solving the initial problems of funding, paying the artists, and getting the artists to use the platform. So Beats Playlist is a CDFI desktop music streaming platform with over 100 million songs, music videos, and podcasts that is built on top of a Chromium browser. Our embedding tools allowed us to build powerful yet simple to use interface that turns YouTube into a streaming platform that people will want to use. So it's kind of like an implementation there. And I would love to see one day that they can take a step away and create just their own everything. They don't have to use YouTube. I think that would be a big step, of course, especially in terms of decentralization. Beat Playlist takes full advantage of the power of the Rhythm protocol at its core. The Rhythm protocol with power, the wallet's perks, NFT pins, NFT playlists, NFT albums, and all our future projects. We plan on eventually building a full DApp version of the Beats playlist, and we'll take baby steps towards reaching the goal with our first step of releasing the CD5 version of the Beats playlist. And it will take baby steps towards reaching that goal with there we go, Beats playlist. The Rhythm DApp will give the community a voice in the development of Beat playlists with community votes on the new feature ideas, more use cases, new projects for Rhythm, and much more. So you can see they're kind of taking their own how do you explain it? They're taking their own step in terms of, and I'm just double checking something real quick because it was very something sounded a little bit weird. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, I had to adjust my audio settings there because in my ear there's like this little pop noise that would happen every now and then, and you may not be able to hear it through the what's you call it through the your audio, but my headphones I could hear and it was annoying, but I fixed it anyway. So NFT pins, playlists, albums, and other features. We will be releasing our NFT community market during the first half of 2022, where verified artists will be able to list their pins for sale. Pins will be limited edition, tradable, and sellable in our market. So this is cool. This is another addition, and it's a very interesting way to implement the overall like ecosystems in the way that they can create this NFT ecosystem, or just economy is a better word, throughout their platform. It takes just your basic streaming platform and adds that twist of that twist of cryptocurrency to it, which is interesting, and it creates like a value scale, right? Oh, this is more of a rare NFT, and it can sell for more, and then there's more of an incentive to want them, right? Which is of course great. And Boss Army, I do see your I do see your comments, but let's slow it down. Okay, like let's please slow it down right now, because like the Boss Army, you're posting a lot, you're getting real close to being spammy. Okay, just slow it down. Okay. Did you make a great playlist that gained a large following? List your playlist on the community market as a limited edition NFT playlist. Playlists that you have purchased will be displayed on your profile. NFT playlists will be tradable and sellable on the community market. These features release dates will be announced during Q1 2022, so it'll be a little bit further. If you're in the Spotify realm, which I used to not be, but I'm a little bit more now, especially for workout playlists, I'm very big on that, and I think that that's cool. I've not seen being able to turn a playlist into an NFT, and like I said, I think you can apply crypto to every aspect of life. It's a cool twist to apply that there for sure. So NFT albums, partnered artists that release new albums and singles will have the option to list their new releases as a limited edition NFT on the community market. NFT albums and singles will be tradable and sellable on the community market. This feature release will be again in Q1 2022. And then of course you can see a watch a demonstration video of Beat playlist here, which we're going to go ahead and do. So just a little brief. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Of course, that will cause the screen to start to lag, but you guys can kind of see a little bit of it here. So you'll sign into YouTube. And this is kind of just like a little preview of what it all looks like, which is very cool, right? You definitely like to see that there are there's things in progress, right? You love to see that there's just things in progress behind the scenes that just goes to show that they're actually working on this. So overall, it definitely looks like they've been putting in the work. They've been getting this thing together, and I'm very excited about what the future, what the future is and the potential that they do have. So of course, again, they do have their team, which is Doxxed, fully Doxxed, which is very important to me. You guys know I'm really annoying about that. We had a crypto last week that said that the team was fully Doxxed, and they just put a list of names with no pictures, no anything, which is weird, but they've not done that. So shout out to Ryan, shout out to Max, and shout out to Ali, who've been so transparent in this process. And so overall, their ecosystem beat playlist is our first project in the Rhythm ecosystem that will be released. We have another project, which is a non-music related product that will be announced on Q1 2022. So overall, this is going to be the majority of what we can see from Rhythm. Of course, they do have their artist partner program. So if you want to see a little bit more information about the spending, the funding, and how they plan on going about that, definitely do check that out. And one last thing is that we do have a full-blown token distribution here, just in terms of everything. So one thing that I do like is just the amount of locked tokens that there are, because of course they do have. Okay, all right, 1 second. We're gonna anyone boss token, let's relax. Let's stop. Let's just stop for now. Okay, I see you, but just the comment, the constant commenting, it stops now. Okay, let's stop. But anyway, so one thing I do like is going to be the fact that these exchange liquidities and things that are necessary, they are locking these wallets, and there are multi-sigs attached to these wallets that kind of help with security, right? Not only just internal, but external. And so it's definitely a good thing. And of course, I do like that they provide that and are very clear and open with their token distribution. So overall, it does look like they have some very big, some just great fundamentals established with the crypto. And so it definitely can be one to keep an eye on, especially if you are more into the music side of everything. And so of course, that is one to check out. So of course, that's going to be our sponsor of the day. That is Rhythm Music. Next up, we are going to be looking at Gorilla Diamond. We're just going to quickly be reviewing it, not a full-blown 20-minute review, but we're just going to be kind of looking at it for those of you who are new to the series. There's a reason that they are one of our contenders at number 3, and that they got carried from last season to this season. They came in second. They almost won the series, but fell short to Meta Hero. And so now we are going to be bringing them to this season to see if they can recapture that first place spot. And now everyone. All right, hold on. Let me go ahead. I'm going to dish out a few of these real quick. I didn't want to mute anyone, but it's just unnecessary. If you just are commenting the name of cryptos and things, you're going to get temp muted. Okay, like just simple. Okay, so again, Gorilla Diamond is a crypto that it again came in second place last season, has a very good team. I am an ambassador. I became an ambassador after that they were on the series. It was not one that I was an ambassador for, then I brought them on the series, as of course that would be a little bit biased. Of course, they were already there. They were already our number 1 token. They reached out to me. I became an ambassador because I do like what they're doing a lot. And so, of course, one of the rules that we did establish on the first episode of Gem Finders was that if you came in second, that we were going to be moving you over to this season as well. And it just so happened they came in second and we moved them over here. So let's go ahead. Let's kind of go over a brief review of what all they are, what they do, and then some great news, a lot of press that they've been getting recently, just to get up to date on our number. There we go. I always point this way, but our number 3 contender, which is going to be, again, Gorilla Diamond. So we're going to go into that. And then next, after that, we're going to be ranking Wanderlust, the Twitter special, and then boom, chat's choice. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and let's get into this. So let's jump back here. Boom. And I'm going to talk about just what they do quickly, right? So what is Gorilla Diamond? Well, Gorilla Diamond is going to be a crypto that is more focused on the creation of an ecosystem. It's something of an umbrella company. It's going to be a crypto that has a lot of different platforms and things that will create revenue. And then that revenue is then distributed out to its holders, something similar to a dividend. And then there's also multiple aspects and things you can do in order to track it, right? So say if platform number 1 generates $20, then you are going to be able to, and it gets distributed out to some of the holders. You will then be able to see where it came from, what some of these cryptos are. 1 second. Throwing out a few mutes. I don't like to do it, but we're going to do it. Mods, anyone who does just put the name of a crypto with emojis, just mute them. Okay, please. Temporary mute. Don't perm mute. But anyway, so what they're going to be doing, again, is that they are going to be focusing on just the distribution of their tokens and just, paying back to holders through the success and the profitability of their platforms. So let's talk about a few of the different platforms in which they have, and then why, of course, that they do have a great future, and what we're seeing actually in terms of press releases. We'll kind of go into that, of course. So let's talk about some of the platforms. So holders can earn reflection rewards from our entire ecosystem. And someone said here quickly, someone quickly said, you're not rating Rhythm Crypto. One rule that I do say pretty much every stream, and it's provided down below, is any cryptos that are sponsored don't receive a rating, as of course that is payment bias. I may give them a better, I'm a human, even though I don't want to, have some type of bias. Of course, it's natural to humans, and I don't want to, have a biased ranking or something like that may affect the series just because I received compensation for a sponsored review. And so just to make it fair, of course, just to make it fair, that is something I avoid doing, right? Anyway, So, Gorilla Diamond Inc. is a portfolio of products and services designed to incentivize holders to hold long term. Investors earn 6% reflection rewards for holding Gorilla Diamond token and additional transaction reflections that occur within the Gorilla Diamond ecosystem. So, let's talk about these things. So, Rising Tokens actually just came out, which is exciting. It is in its hard launch. It is fully going. It is working very well, and I'm happy to see that, of course, because that just helps with credibility. They're showing, look, this is what we said we're going to do, and this is exactly what we're doing. So, of course, that's just a good look. So, Rising Tokens is a popularity and price tracking tool for crypto projects. Its mission is to make it easy for crypto projects to be discoverable and empower investors with accurate, unbiased information. Of course, with launch in Q3, which is great, right? We can see that is finally out, and that is finally going. Now, swap tokens securely and without an exchange. So they're going to have Swiftly Swap, which is going to be your a very simple and very typical swap. Of course, that just makes it much more convenient. It is a multi-coin instant exchange solution, letting you swap tokens securely and without an exchange. A lot of people don't like exchanges. Exchanges get weird. Exchanges get sketchy. And so with that, I don't blame him. And so the fact that they're creating a solution to that, which also does make it more just convenient for your typical investors, of course, is great. That's something you like to see. And so that's another fantastic one that I think will, of course, do well. Why Gorilla Diamond? The Diamond Wallet supports our GDT and other cryptocurrencies. The Diamond Wallet integrates into our entire Gorilla Diamond ecosystem and supports tokenomics. I'm going to put this up right here. Into our entire Gorilla Diamond ecosystem and supports our tokenomics. One of the unique features is the ability to track your reflection rewards from each of our products and services with a launch in Q3. And then the diamond service market, again, which is going to be the staple. This is going to be like the big shebang, really, is going to revolutionize the peer-to-peer service exchange category. This project is currently under development, which is scheduled to launch in 2021. So they've definitely done a lot, right? And they have done a lot on their roadmap. We're only just getting into, we're just getting into, one second, there we go. We're just getting into Q3, and they're already doing great in terms of listing on Bitmarts, continuing to expand the Gorilla Diamond team as needed, release revised Gorilla Diamond website, which we did see very early in Q3, as well as all of these press releases have just come out, which is absolutely fantastic. One thing we can see is they were on many different platforms at once today. Now, I actually do have a list here of all of the platforms that they got a press release on. It was on Yahoo News, Yahoo Finance, Yahoo Sports, Benzinga, Global Newswire, the Canadian Business Journal, IQ Stock Market, Breaking News, Virtual Strategy, Token Street, TMC and Net, and more. So they had a big marketing push today. And so definitely do go check this out. We're actually going to check this out in a video in the future. And so definitely stay tuned for that. And so with that being said, this is going to be, what we are looking at. And this is going to be again, a crypto that was brought over from season one into season two, and they're competing very, very strong. So definitely do go check this out. One thing I am going to pull up real quick is I'm going to get Rising tokens. I'm going to get the, I want to show you guys really quickly while we have a little extra time. I want to get Rising tokens pulled up for you because it's going to be the first product here. Okay, here we go. Boom, there we go. Boom. Okay, check this out. So this is going to be Rising tokens. This is going to be one of their very first, one of their very first products, which is absolutely amazing, just to kind of see that they're making progress, of course. And so, and so this has been working very, very well. Of course, these advertisements and stuff in which they do have placed on the screen are going to be a part of the revenue that's generated that is then reflected back out to the holders, and they are going to receive it similar to, again, such as dividends. So they're just going to be voting processes, things of that nature, premiums and unverifieds. Of course, we see SafeMoon, Cardano, Dogecoin, and more that have been voted, token trackers there, as well as other things, and it's just a great first step in building up this ecosystem and just proving that they are working on the things in which that they are that they say they're going to work on. And so of course that's absolutely fantastic. So that is going to be our number 3 contender at the moment. Anyone who is spamming anything, mute them, go ahead and do it, except for anything any repeated comments are getting permanently muted for the rest of the stream. I don't know what's up with the spam today, but anyway, so if we do go ahead, I want to pull this up. That is going to be our number 3 contender. I know some of you are new to the series. You have not actually seen the you didn't get to see Gorilla Diamond. It's not like we were going to be able to we didn't rank it this season or anything like that. They got their ranking last season. And so the fact that I know a lot of you are new and may not want to go look all the way back through there, just kind of wanted to give you an introduction on who they are, how they got here, and everything. Of course, they did come in second place last season and beat out some absolutely fantastic cryptos. And so I'm definitely excited to see how they compete against this season's, of course, with My Breaks, Driven X, and more. So let's go ahead, let's go forward, and let's see what else we have today. So Wanderlust is a crypto in which we did go over last week. Says spam doesn't. Where did the name Gorilla Diamond come from? Ask. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. I can show you more than I can tell you. Boom. Boom. There we go. All right. I wanted. Okay. I messaged because I'm gonna give you. I think I know the generic answer, but I don't want to give you like a 100% wrong owner. Where? There we go. Want the COO to give you like an actual answer. So I'm gonna just get him to do it because he can explain it much better than I can, of course. So we're gonna do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's go forward. So one thing we can see is that Gorilla Diamond was number 2, and number 3 we're going into is Wanderlust ranking. So this is a crypto in which we did talk about last week, and we weren't gonna rank it because it was in a pre-sale. I don't ever rank pre-sale cryptos like ever because the risk there is just high. We all saw, when the launch is about to happen, it's just so much that could go wrong that I always like to wait until afterwards. But it does seem like Wanderlust is still doing well. It seems like everything is going good. So we're going to briefly summarize the review that we gave them last time, kind of highlight some of it, and then give them the ranking. So if you do want a full breakdown of the ranking, definitely do go check out the last episode in which we did that. It was episode 3, actually, that we went over Wanderlust. So jump into a few super chats before we get into this thing here. So shout out to SGT. Thank you for the stream and making us aware of these new gym. Rhythm looks amazing and trustworthy. I'm sick of being scammed and it looks legit. Have a great day and keep up the good work. Shout out to you. All love, homie. All love, all love, all love. Mike Johnson says, smash that like and share for views. Tyler puts in a lot of work for the community. I appreciate it, Mike Johnson. I just try to do my part, man. I just try to do my part at the end of the day. That's it. Big shout out to you. Metropolis Green, my homie. Metropolis G. You're a very appreciated Tyler. Thank you for the knowledge. Of course. I just try to do, I just try to do my part at the end of the day. That's it. All love, all love, all love. And shout out to Mike Johnson for reminding me to look at the super chats because they don't pop up on my main screen. I have to go to my second screen. So let's go ahead and let's see what's going on. So Wanderlust. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pull this up, and off rip, you guys are going to see just how nicely put together this website is. I think one of my favorite aspects about what we looked at with Wanderlust was simply just how well put together all of their presentation is. They have a full breakdown of how they built the symbol and everything like that. We can see this quick video really quick. I'm actually going to do this. Let's check it out. I'm going to get copyrighted if I play that music. So I'm not going to. And so again, what Wanderlust is again going to be focused on is not only just giving out some luxury vacations. Basically, holders are going to participate in the opportunity to win these luxury vacations. They actually did have a winner recently who won one, so shout out to them. I have no idea who it was. Kind of wish it was me, but it's okay. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But they also do focus on charity events to preserve the same paradise in which they're giving away luxury vacations too. And that's a great point that was made by the team. What they basically said was just that, we're providing these vacations to these beautiful places, and who would we be to not preserve those same places and do what we can to participate in the conservation of those same places that we're giving away vacations to? And I'm like, that's a fantastic thing to do, and it definitely takes away this mentality that just giving away luxury things is like shallow. There's definitely a lot more of a deeper meaning there, and I do like that. And so, of course, you guys do know that one of my favorite aspects about their everything is just the presentation. It's absolutely amazing. We can see here that they have all of these different website designs and banners and just overall their brand book, which is super fun. And you can kind of see that in terms of economics. They do have a lot of the information here. The live chart, you can see all of this stuff, which is also in the works. Now that it is launched, we're going to be able to a lot of these things will be updated now that they're out of pre-sale in terms of circulating supply, holders, current holders. So that'll be very soon. But one thing I do like is just the design of this. One thing I also do like is just the basics. They keep it very simple. There's nothing in here that is just completely out of the ordinary that I'm like, man, that's weird. Why would you add that? Nothing like that. The team is still very, very transparent, especially Mike. And so with that, of course, audits and all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead let's talk about it, and let's see let's see what all we got. Let's see what all we got. Also, one thing, quick question, Mike. I know you're in here. Mike, do you have your LinkedIn provided anywhere? By the way, I know you're in here at the moment. You should be. But anyway, so let's go ahead. Let's try to give this thing a ranking. Of course, if you do want a full-blown breakdown of what this crypto is, do go to episode 3. I'm almost positive it was episode 3 that we went over them. Of course, today's video is, now that we're getting into the season, we're kind of making sure we're staying ahead. We're keeping the rankings up to date and everything like that. Now, one thing from Mike Johnson, of course, if there's anything you want to say, Mike, please do let us know as we do rank it. But Mike Johnson says main utility will be to use as a one-stop solution and being able to use Wander token on the Wander app for all travel accommodations, of course. And so with that, there does come a lot of utility. It's not only you're just getting giveaways to free luxury places, but whenever you do go on vacations and all of these things, there can be usage for the token associated with Wander. So it's focused on travel, like all of it. It's focused on travel. Okay. So let's rank this thing. Let's rank it. Let's rank it. Let's rank it. Let's do this. I'm excited. I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's see. So creativity is definitely one of their strong suits, for sure. Creativity is by far one of their strong suits. I've not seen another crypto do this, and I'm not seeing another crypto go on about it how they have. Getting a 10 in creativity is, of course, very, very hard for me, but I definitely do think it's worthy of a 9, just in terms of, how they can go about this. The only thing that I would say about creativity is that I would like to see them have a creative way to incorporate this with a little bit more potential for mass adoption, right? Just the idea of, how can we get this out to people who don't care about traveling? I know people who've never left the country. I know people who don't like to travel. They're kind of just homebodies, And so how can we figure out a way to incorporate our project with other people outside the travel? I know it's focused on travel. How can we incorporate it with that? That's something I'd like to see. That would, of course, get them to 10. In the same breath, though, I do think they're worthy of a 9 in terms of longevity. Now, the reason that I do say that, the name of this token, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to zoom out. And then I'm going to do this so you guys can see this. Oh my gosh. Well, I put Wandy. All right. So here we go. All right, there we go. So progress. So in terms of progress, they have a lot. They've definitely made a lot of progress. One thing that I will say is, considering the fact that they have just finished their pre-sale, their website is put together so well, they have all of the necessary information provided. They have 2 audits done on their code. They're fully doxed, and all of let's see. And Mike Johnson said, nope, my Facebook and link will be added tomorrow, or in the Telegram, along with many videos of me talking to the community. And yeah, no, I know, Mike, I know you're a real person. It's just more, I know people might go look for it to see what you're about. But shout out to Mike Johnson, of course. Now, and so just in terms of that, they've made so much progress so fast, especially in terms of getting the fundamentals, like getting the website, getting the white paper, getting the audits done, doxing themselves, giving every piece of information that you might be looking for. And it was on CoinGecko within 48 hours. So definitely a lot of progress for sure. And I would go to say that I would be willing to give them another 9 there. The only thing that they could have done to boost this up a bit would be the release of like a platform or something like that. Because I've seen cryptos come out the gate with a full platform release and all of the things done. And so, of course, there could be a little more, but they made absolutely amazing progress. Okay. Presentation, I'm going to go ahead and give them a 15 out of 15 in terms of presentation. They have probably, in terms of presentation, the way it's put together, the Wanderlust website is wanderlust.finance. In terms of presentation, they have the most appealing website that I've seen of a new crypto in a long time, just in terms of how well it's put together, how simple it is. If you go over to, let's go over back out to, boom, brand, hold on. I'm just going to go all the way back out. There we go. I'm just going to Wanderlust. Boom. And then if we just go to the white paper, I want you guys to see how in depth it is. All of the information is provided. They have a 20-page white paper with all of the information that you could possibly need in terms of this, what all you could be looking for. This is true presentation. This is how you sell your project. This is how you let people know this is what you're getting and this is what you can expect. And I love that. So in terms of presentation, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer in terms of, the ranking that they should receive there, being a 15. Utility is definitely going to be one that I'm going to give a 12 to. The reason I'd give them a 12, I think, is going to be, again, there is limited utility, in my honest opinion, on mass adoption. How can this be applied to people who don't care about travel? Some people never travel, right? Some people can't travel. 5 kids or 12 kids, or 12 kids is a lot, but you get it. Like, it's hard to travel, right? And especially with the pandemic going on and all of that stuff, travel is limited. So how can this be applied just a bit outside of travel is something I think they will do eventually, but I definitely want to see that. And so Mike said, we have the answer to that by being able to offer tips to staff members with the app and creating new holders. So that's definitely interesting, and I would like to see that kind of just be more. How do you explain it? I don't want to say more progress being made on that, but that being more created into a reality. Before, if that we start to see that implementation and how they do it and all that, I would definitely say then there could be an increase in utility for sure. But I would like to see that kind of get developed more. That's what I meant. Developed. Security. So when a crypto is this new, there is an inherent level of threat. Okay, 100%. It is it's I don't even know how to explain it. Like, how do you say it? Like, when you have a crypto that's new, there's issues that will arise that can't be predicted. That's the way to say it. Like, stuff can come up that no one could expect. Some type of, when you're getting popularity and when people are finally starting to notice you, then that's when the issues happen, because the potential exploits of contracts and things like that. So when they're new, there is always that risk. And this just came out of pre-sale. So there's always that risk to be associated there. But they have done a great job of providing all of the things that they can to limit the risk as much as they possibly can. Now, what I mean by that, the team is doxed, fully provided, fully transparent. They've also provided token breakdowns and things of that nature in terms of, what wallets have what. And Mike Johnson can probably answer this question. I know the pre-sale is over, but Terry Matthews says the website still states it is in pre-sale. So Mike Johnson, if you do want to answer that, when it might be updated or something. They have 2 audits done in which we can see. Let's go here. Let's go back. Boom. Boom. They had the audits. Where were the audits provided at? It was on here somewhere. I think it was here, maybe. Yeah, 2 audits, a tech rate and an SB audit, which is, of course, just a great thing. Of course, if we do go over to BSC scan as well, 2,500 addresses in terms of holders, we can see here that they do have a lot of these tokens burned, and then they do have some other wallets, but they're very, very transparent, and you can track all of these wallets to see what they are. And so with that, for sure, that's definitely a great thing to provide just for people to feel more secure. So in terms of security, I definitely do think that they've done a good job. Someone said can't find it on PancakeSwap V2. The contract is provided through their website. Only go from the website. Only the website. We're here. I'm going to go back one more time. It is wanderlust.finance. That is the only contract. That is the only place you should be going to get the contract from. Okay. So in terms of security, I'm going to go right now, because it is so new. I think they've done a great job with the audits. I think they've done a great job with doxing themselves. The only 2 things I want to see is more longevity. So going forward towards the end of the season, they'll get a new ranking, a more updated ranking. I want to see it go forward and just get through those barriers that are going to come around. And I think, of course, there could be better audits done, right? I know a Certic is a very complicated company to get, to work with, and they're very frustrating and annoying, and they overcharge a lot. But of course, there could be better audits. So there can be some room to grow in terms of overall security. And I want to see it go forward and just see some longevity. So right now, I'm going to go 16. I'm going to go 16 with the contingency that going forward, when we come to the end of the season, they are going to get a new ranking, which is going to be about probably 3 weeks to a month from now. They're going to get a new ranking where I'm going to update security, and we're going to be able to work on some of the other things. If they do work on that platform that allows people to be able to tip servers and things, that helps with utility. That'll update their utility there, and security will be updated in terms of just longevity. We want to see that they're lasting and that they can get over some of those barriers. I think they will. Mike is not new to this space. I think they're gonna, but just coming out of pre-sale, there's always that risk involved. Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead. Let's rank this thing on up. Someone said, one second. Okay. Let's get this going. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 15. And also, shout out to Jaggy. Someone actually made me a something that actually scores this for me, but I forgot to save it. And so on the next one, they're actually going to have we're gonna have a platform that actually scores it and gives the results and all of this stuff, all of this by itself here. So what we're looking at is going to be a 70, or a 70 out of 80, which is going to be an 87.5%, which, if we do come down, puts them now in our fourth place spot. Now, remember that when we see, we're gonna just let's do this. When we see this thing go forward, when we see that there is some longevity, and when we see that they can keep this thing going, I'm gonna update their ranking, and then who knows, they could very let's see. Let's go here. There we go. Okay. Yep. And so there we go. So there we go. So that puts them at fourth. Remember, we're going to update utility. We're going to update security when they get more longevity. Once we see that they are good to go and that they can get over these hurdles and things like that. So one thing that we do have from our homie, Paul, who of course does know a little bit more about things than I do. Paul said, yeah, the website is made in Next.js. I love that. That is one of the main programming languages a crypto dev should know, because almost every dApp is made in Next. A good integration with Solidity. So that's another compliment to their to just another compliment to the project itself there. So, all right. So on to the next. So I'm very happy with that. I think Mike has done a good job. He's put a lot of energy into this thing, and going forward, let's see. BSC, all website updates go live tomorrow. It's not just WordPress. It takes a little more time to change things. So they're going to have to go in and fix things. Just give them some time. So with that, let me make sure I updated. Okay, there we go. 4 or 5. Cool. So yeah, so we're going to go back over them pretty soon here. So definitely do stay tuned for that. So one thing we have here is going to be our Twitter special coming up. Now, the crypto that won our Twitter special was, I don't have any discretion, right? I will simply just go over what gets the most engagement. And the one that did win it was going to be Robodoge. Now, if I do, I will say that there's a lot of people who wanted me to go over Robodoge, and you guys do know I'm not very all that into the Doge tokens. There's very few that are exciting to me. And what I saw from Robodoge, there's something that I have a bit of a concern about, because I give all of them a quick scan to make sure I don't pull up something terrible onto my stream, of course. And what I saw was there was a bit of a concern, and so I'm not sure that this is one that is going to be. Honestly speaking, I'm not sure that this is one that is going to be able to be ranked or anything like that. But we're going to give them a look, because that's what you guys wanted to, and I'm a man of the community. But we'll see here. Okay, you guys know I go into any Doge ones with the sense of like I'm questioning it already. Okay, so we're going to talk about what it does, and we'll go into it. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So there we go. So what do we have here? I didn't see a lot. I did see, what they were saying when they were shilling it, and they were basically saying that they have methods to prevent. They were going to prevent people from panic selling, which is interesting, which is weird. Okay, but we'll see. So finally, a smart contract that will work. So. White paper, why Robodoge? Maybe we answer your question with a couple questions of our own. Would you prefer investing in a project that was coded by some high school kid in their mother's basement? Or would you prefer investing in a project that was put together by a professional team of coding experts? And remember, guys, I review tokens based off the community. It's a Twitter special, and this is the one that got the most engagement on Twitter. So let's not do the whole no, let's not go over this one. Let's go over this one. It's simply just what got the most engagement on Twitter, because it's Twitter special, okay? So would you rather invest in a project that is ran by a group of kids with very little investing knowledge or campaign management skills? Or would you prefer to invest in a project that was created by an individual with a 17-year career as a professional investor trader? And what if this individual also has a background in graphic design, video communication, and campaigns management? So that's cool. A fancy white paper is absolutely no good unless the development team fully understands how to get from point A to B, then to C, etc., and how to reach milestones in a project. So off rip, they don't have a white paper, which they say it's not that important due to this, and that. Paul Sicarde, it is going to be robodogecoin.com. Go check it out. Paul gives me the real info. So they have a charitable cause. Why we have chosen to donate to neuroscience and artificial intelligence charities, because the sky is the limit when it comes to these evolving techs. These programs will directly be responsible for the advancement of mankind. These technologies are making breakthroughs in health, space exploration, and improving the quality of life. We share very similar views with Elon Musk when it comes to how and why mankind should push to further explore these technologies. Plus, they are just cool. Okay. Let's go down to this. So I can kind of see I can kind of see the idea here, like the Doge, like a Robodoge, and they're kind of investing into artificial intelligence and things like that. So I can see how they've gone about it. But you guys know how you guys know how I feel about them, right? You know how I feel about these what do you say? These Doge cryptos. I honestly feel like if you are going to take the approach of using the Doge name or the safe blank name or the blank moon or the blank enu or the blank rise, I honestly feel as if you have doubts of your capabilities to brand yourself into something big. That is my honest opinion. Okay. No hate to Robodoge. It's my honest opinion. What's weird to me about this one though is this. Also has a background in graphic design, video communication, and campaign management. If you have 17 years in that, why not make your own brand and make your own campaign and make your own things to create a project that has that truly strong potential that's not going to just immediately been considered a Doge, a meme token. You know, that's the issue here. So someone said, remove the bias and speak about the tokenomics / performance. In my honest opinion, performance in the very beginning of a crypto launching is not that important. All right. Many cryptos do take off. It's about longevity. I have no bias. That's not biased, right? The majority of cryptos that have Doge and things in their names don't perform well in the long term. So 100% a fact. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So let's see. So let's see what we can see. This website being in the way makes it so hard to see. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to talk about what the tokenomics are. Here we go. So there's a 17% tax applied to every transaction, which is a lot. It's a good bit. 5% back to holders, which is good, of course. 6% added to liquidity pool. 2% burned forever. So I like those first three. You know, that's 13%, which is that's 13%, which isn't too bad. You know, if it was just that honestly wouldn't be bad. That is a lot. That does go back to holders, which is a good thing. You know, 5% back to holders, 6% to liquidity, and 2% burnt forever. All of those do apply to holders, and they're all beneficial to holders, which is good. I do believe that 17% is a significant amount. You know, I think that always will limit it an ability to actually see transactional growth, like people actually using it, but I don't believe this is meant to be used. Okay. 3% reflected in marketing and development wallet, 1% reflected to neuroscience and AI charity wallet. So this is where my issue is. Okay. Because I hadn't looked at the tokenomics or anything like that. If you're building a crypto that is more centered around the idea of artificial intelligence and all of these things, and that's your brand, that's your campaign, that's what you want to do, and that's what you want to focus on. Why is it only that 1% out of 17% actually goes to that? Like, why is 3%, 3 times the amount of tokens going to development and marketing than the actual like cause behind the name, the Robodoge and things like that? That's hard for me to get around. So that's not biased, but it doesn't make sense. The tokenomic model is far more advanced than other contracts. There are several advantages with this type of smart contract. Supply decreases with every transaction. It is hyper-deflationary, which is true. There's also a function in the contract that when supply gets burnt, it actually destroys those tokens. Burnt supply simply does not just sit in dead wallets. We're actually destroying the supply as it is burnt, completely taking away from both total supply as well as circulating supply, making each token more valuable naturally as the supply reduces. LP, of course, is great. The reflection back to holders acts as a reward. We've seen that, which is absolutely fantastic. And then also with the slightly higher tax bracket on transactions, this will help to keep day traders and scalpers out of the project, which I can tell they don't want them in there. If you open a brand new position and sell within 1 week of opening that position, there's an additional tax of 17%. That additional tax is done for 2 reasons. That's a lot. Like that's a lot. It's just way too much. You know, like I understand the idea of holding, but one thing I like about it is that they're open and honest. They're very transparent. Like, this is what happens when you buy it. So I don't think they're trying to what's the word? Trick anyone. Like, oh, when you buy into it, this is what happens, and something else happens. No, they're open and honest about it. I just don't know if this is functionable. I honestly don't know if this is functionable. The model is very designed to reward loyal long-term holders because we're a very long-term scope project. We have chosen to ultimately cater to holders with the long-term mindset. This is not a place to pump and dump. The system will not allow for the dump. The model is designed to enforce responsible trading and to keep holders safe. So this is the interesting. Let's talk about the EOP, which is something that I saw when they were shilling it. So let's see, where do they have an explanation of what the EOP is? Do they have that somewhere? So when the EOP ease of protocol is engaged, the system will only allow you to sell that percentage of your total position. This number will change depending on the risk factor to the price that our software is calculating. When the EOP is off, it is trading as normal. Area calculates risk to price, and it is placed to prevent deep panic sell-offs and to protect the community. So it stops you from being able to sell a certain amount of your position, right? What people were saying when they were shilling was it stops people from panic selling. This is my issue, and I'm doing this because it won the Twitter special, but I have to be honest. When you're using the name like Doge, and when you're doing all of these things, and your price is doing well, so that's one of your main focus on shilling. Like, oh, look what our price is doing. Get involved, and you're causing these emotions. You're attracting emotional investors. Just with the Doge name alone, you're attracting emotional investors. But then you're implementing a function that stops those emotional investors from being able to make emotional decisions. I don't think that's the best look, right? You're encouraging people who are not that experienced in this space just by having the Doge name, just in my opinion. The people who don't have that much experience, just looking for a price that's going to fly up. You want them to buy in, then you don't want them to be able to sell. I don't think I can support that. Having a 34, I think it's 17%, but I think it's at an additional 17%. So if they try to sell, they go through a 34% tax, and then they can only sell 4% of their position. So if they could only sell 4% of their total position at once, that's what, 25 times you have to do it? How many times is that 30 or 34% or 17% transaction? I can't support, I'm going over it and I'm giving my honest opinion because it won. But my honest opinion here is that encouraging emotional investors to buy it by having Doge and doing all these things, but then forcing them not to sell it, I can't do it. Someone says it sounds like a honeypot. It sounds like a self-proclaimed honeypot, in my opinion. Anyone who is in this space, please let me know. Please let me know if I'm wrong. But incentivizing emotional investors to buy it by shilling and the Doge name and all of these things, then to go on to not even really allow them to be able to sell out if something malicious happens. Because my issue here is, right, 4%, right? Say if this contract then goes up to this is my issue. If something happens, liquidity pool gets drained, or there is some attack on the crypto and people cannot sell it, there is an issue there. There's an issue there. You won the special, so I'm going to give you the attention you wanted, but you know your fundamentals and you know how people can look at it. If you've been in this space for 17 years, you do understand that this can be looked at very, very sketchy. So please reach out to me. Please contact me. And please let me know if, there's any way that I'm misrepresenting this. But that's my opinion. So that's the Twitter special for the day. And that's about all I have to say for that one. So I'm sorry, I know that you guys want me to spend as much time as I can talking about cryptos that I love and things like that, but I have to give you my dead honest opinion. Let's see. Here we go. The 34% is only for the first 7 days. That is still a lot. I'm in and you're wrong. Only adult investors should invest. Read the pin messages. Why would you be trying to attract adult investors by putting Doge in the name? I mean, am I wrong with that? I don't want to make this a roasting session, but what adult investors do you know that will look at a crypto that has Doge name like, I want to buy that? I'm gonna for sure join the Telegram because I'm gonna get hate for this. I know that. I'm 1,000,000% gonna get hate for this. I don't care. You guys know I'm going to keep my honest opinion going. And you won. You won the Twitter special. And that's the risk that comes with it. So we're going to go in and we're going to wrap this thing up with chat's choice. You guys knew the drill. Now that we have gone through multiple things, we went over Rhythm, which is super cool. I do really like them, actually. And it sucks that it's sponsored because I would love to rank them. Maybe we'll do some type of thing where if the chat's okay with us ranking them in the future, not right now, but in the future or something like that, because I think they're creative and their presentation was nice and a lot of things like that. I would definitely like to maybe that'd be once a week rank. I do really like the idea there. Gorilla Diamond, you guys know, is one of my favorite cryptos and will be for a very long time. We've got to rank Wanderlust, which is now into our top 5, of course, with a number 4 ranking with potential to grow as it does continue forward. And we went over our Twitter special, which is Robodoge, and no hate towards them. But of course, and this is a fair point. Stop accepting in your streams coins with Doge, SafeMoon, Shiba in the name. I want to find serious projects, not this garbage. And I understand. I 1,000,000% understand. But in a space where people don't like one person saying, oh, this is what we're doing or this is what we're not doing, how could if a crypto gets if I say the crypto that gets the most engagement here gets the Twitter special and then they don't get it, there's kind of some weirdness there. So let's see. Useless has been in the chat all night. Shout out to Useless. We went over them. What's it called? I'm literally just trying to clear off this spelling error there. Okay, there we go. We went over Useless last season and they were very hilarious. I love the website. Let's see. You have a point. No hate, but 85% of tokens names is kid friendly. Thank you for no bias. You do keep it 100. Absolutely. 1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. So my thing is, I'm not sure if we should do Useless because we haven't looked at new cryptos except for Robodoge all day and Rhythm, but new cryptos that weren't sponsored. We haven't gone over any new cryptos. So I want to go over something new today. I think that's fair to the chat and something that is fair. So people are telling us to go over Boss Token. I'm not 100% sure if there is a time to let us know what you want to see. It is now the time. Please don't spam. Not a bunch of emojis and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna give this we're gonna give it like 2 minutes or so. Let us know. I'm gonna look into some of these tokens that y'all are saying and just make sure that they're legitimate. Okay. Boss Token Review. I'm interested about your opinion. What is Boss Token's website or Twitter? Have y'all been in the chat all night? I've seen you. Even no UFO to the moon. No. No. Okay. Boss Token. Let me see what this is about. I can't argue with that. I honestly cannot argue with that. Shout out to Carlos who says Robo is not DeFi because you have no control of money. That's fair. That's very, very fair. That's very, very fair. I'm not seeing Boss Token here. Ethereum X. Let's definitely try to find something pretty good, right? Can we do someone said, can we do my bricks again? Love you, Tyler. Give us Useless homies some love in another stream. Absolutely. We'll go over them. I want to find something new. I want to find something interesting. The last stream was ridiculous. And this stream was more of a catch-up stream where we get back to making sure that we're getting rankings in. We got a new crypto in the top 5, which I'm so excited about. This is a win stream for me. And then we got a pretty cool sponsor here today. We went over Gorilla Diamond and why it's still in this season. So very successful episode. And I'd love to end it with a pretty and an interesting crypto. One that has a good bit of potential for sure. So Brian, I hear you. That does not change my opinion in the slightest. Because 34%, only 7 days, 17% is forever. And that's just too much. Polyastic is a cool what do y'all think about Polyastic? Let me see what I can find on that. Are there any cryptos that y'all have seen recently that seems to have a lot of potential? We are not going to be going over Rhythm again, of course. As I did say, we're going over new cryptos. Okay, let's see. Don't look for the need on this the double deflationary utility token. Let me know, or is this the right one? Who was that? Who said that? Jots. Is this the crypto you're talking about? Boom, 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 boom. Let me know if we're in the right place. Maybe we'll give this one a look. You can keep letting me know. Keep letting me know. We still got a few minutes before we have the chat's choice. Oh, the useless app is now in open beta. Good. Congratulations. 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 Nice. Okay. Ethereum X, you will earn Ethereum by holding. How to contact you? You can contact me through email, TylerHillInvesting@gmail.com. It is provided in the description below. Someone said, I saw Deeper Network. Danger Moon is not a chance that we're doing that one. To be honest, not after another Doge. Crypto Island. What do y'all think about Crypto Island? I can check this one out. Let's see what this is. It looks like they've put some thought into this, at least. Kodiak token. What do y'all think about Kodiak token? Should we look at them? Because it's kind of like one person wants each one. If we see multiple people want to see one, maybe we'll go over it. You want to see Kodiak token? I've heard of it. And this seems to be something that we may not be able. This one looks like it may take a little bit of extra time, because it's an index. And what I'm reading at the moment is like a polyastic weighted index and things like that. So I think probably what I would do is look into this before I went over it, just to make sure I can represent it well. Kodiak has an awesome website. Kodiak. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to look into this one before the next stream. And if the chat wants to see it again, Jots, come let me know and we'll go over it. I just want to make sure I can understand what the index is and things like that. I don't want to misrepresent a crypto like I've probably done before, but you guys know the drill. So let's see Kodiak crypto. Let's see what this is about. Paul said they have a cool website, so I'm interested. Linktree. How many followers they got? About 4,000. That's good. Thank you. See, Jots is such a nice dude. Shout out. All right, let's go web. Let's see what this is about. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. Paul, was this a website made on like an actual good platform? What's this? The Bear Cave. And I love, you see how they've done their own thing, their own design and things like that. I love that. Is there any sound here? 24/7 community involved podcast. Okay. So it's a 24/7 podcast that you no, absolutely not. Not after a Doge. So it looks like they have a 24/7 podcast that you can play games and win prizes. Okay, let's see what this is. This looks sick. Okay, see, this is more of what I was looking for. I said I was gonna check. Yeah, I was gonna check boss, but no one gave me a website. All right. Welcome to our white paper. The Kodiak token encapsulates an innovative take on auto redistribution with the utility of an interactive entertainment hub. And I'm going to be honest, boss token, I asked earlier in the stream if we could limit the spam, and it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And so now I'm kind of like, maybe we'll check it out in the next one, but not this one because I asked you guys to stop. Like that's just kind of how that goes, right? Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, someone said, hey, Tyler, where to contact you, give you more info and clear concept of Robodoge, because the way you explained it in stream, the project is kind of not correct. Let me know, please. TylerHillInvesting@gmail.com. Let me know. Shoot me a message. If I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. I don't know how I could be wrong about it, but yeah. Someone said, seriously, yeah. Absolutely. When it comes to things, guys, when I ask you, please stop just putting the name of a token in the chat. Everyone was doing it, and I asked, and some people got muted, and it just kept going. That's becoming an inconvenience, and so maybe we're gonna have to wait on that one. It's all about respect, mutual. The Kodiak token encapsulates an innovative take on auto redistribution with the utility of an interactive entertainment hub. Holders will be able to earn passive income in the form of BNB, which will be deposited directly into their wallet. This will provide our holders more incentive to buy and hold compared to the classic reflection concept. Okay, so you earn BNB. But it seems like there was just more. It didn't seem like it was just your typical earn BNB crypto. It seemed like there was more to it. Let's see. The Entertainment Hub will not only provide a means of constant community engagement, but a path for continued growth of the project. Every move Team Kodiak makes, the community will be involved. Transparency is going to be our model of operation, and we look forward to not only building a household name, but one of the strongest communities in the crypto space. Okay. So their team. Is their team not Doxxed? It seems like a... Yeah, review a honeypot. I don't know if that was directed at me or not, but okay. Our team consists of enthusiastic individuals with backgrounds in the fields of marketing. Are they doxed? Are they doxed? Let me know. Our unique array of skills and shared passion for cryptocurrency has enabled us to develop a token that fuses real utility with an innovative take on passive income earning. Okay. Why Kodiak? Yeah, let me know. Like many of you, each one of us has our own story of an investment in the BSC space gone Ari. Truth, whether it be a refinable, whether it be a rug pull, honeypot, or coordinated dump. One variable remained consistent. These projects were operated by self-serving developers looking to make a quick buck. Okay. After the reigns of one such project as a community members, we realized our efforts and talents would be better utilized in starting a project of our own. A project that would be founded on total transparency, dedication to its success and longevity, and one focused on compounding value for its holders. As a result, Kodiak Token was born, a project where all crypto enthusiasts bear along. Okay. Are they doxed? I love that because they're talking about. Oh, wait, they have podcasts. So I wonder if the podcast. Hold on. Let me know. Is anyone who's in Kodiak or knows Kodiak in here? Do we know who's behind the scene? Please let me know. Dave Edwards, do you know? The Kodiak whitepaper intends to provide our holders with a clear vision, strategy, and roadmap for the project. We illustrate in detail our unique redistribution mechanism as well as our utility. Kodiak is a modified fork of the Tiki. Oh, wait. What happened with Tiki token? Something happened with Tiki token? What was it? I don't remember. Was Tiki token not a rug pull? Am I wrong? Someone know, because we looked at Tiki token on stream. That's why I love the series. I can remember stuff like this. Like, I feel like we went over Tiki token and it either got exploited or got rug pulled. I appreciate it. And I read the super chats and all of that things. But guys, like, for the stream's functionality and for this thing to continue to go, if I'm asking for the spam to stop and you keep just spamming, you got to understand that just paying me to ignore all of my rules isn't going to change anything. But the good thing is on YouTube, there's a function you can take back your super chats. And please feel free to do so, of course. Yeah, John, for sure. It's different. It's a completely modified form. Okay, so it's just a fork. It's not the same contract. It's different. Okay, cool. Okay, just making sure. You know, I always got to, didn't mean to do that. I always have to check it out just to make sure, okay? So Kodiak is more than just an auto-claim token, as it will provide immediate utility through implementation of our entertainment hub. This is interesting. I want to know more about this. So starting with our 24/7 radio show, the Kodiak team will be bringing you everything from crypto podcasts, music, and much more. And we've been talking about rhythm. We talked about rhythm with music, so I'm curious to see if something similar. 10% transaction fee, which is sick. End of the world, you missed a lot. I kind of went on a roasting session earlier, but yeah, just Tiki was initially exploited, then they fixed it. That contract became a modified fork. Okay, thank you for the thank you for the update. And dude, I used to eat the great big league chew. It was fantastic. Hey Luke, we're not going to go. I've seen you ask this a few times. We're not going to go over rhythm again. We did 15 minutes, and so we're going to keep it going. Cody carries on the evolution of yield generation contract of BSC, you get rewarded in BNB instead of Kodiak tokens. In other words, you will receive a dividend paid in BNB just for holding Kodi tokens. The token contract employs a static reward system. 6% of every transaction is divided via 6. Wait, what? 6% of every transaction is divided via 5%, 4%. That's 10%. I'm trying to figure out the wording. 6% of every transaction is divided via 5% BNB distribution. Is this supposed to say 10%? Because if it was like 6%. Typo. Is it supposed to be 10%? 10%. 10% of the 6%. Okay. Oh, chill. Okay. 5% BNB redistribution, 4% marketing tax. God dang it. 1% BNB redistribution to liquidity. That's just too much. I honestly like it was lowered to 6% temporarily, but it's back to I do like it so far, but I don't like 4% to marketing wallet. I don't like more going to a marketing wallet than liquidity. I'm assuming that they have to be doing a lot of marketing. I mean, it's just my issue here is that a marketing wallet that's getting 4% redistribution is growing so fast that the risk that is associated with that becomes more and more and more and more. That's like that's always a big thing for me. Like if it's 10% marketing wallet, like 2%. 3%. Like if you have faith that the token is going to really grow, you don't need that much money for marketing. You know what I mean? Just in my opinion. We all know what that silence means. It's not I'm not you guys are just saying that I'm oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna roast it. 4% is a little high for me. Not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker. Multi-sig marketing wallet, which is great. 4% is a little high for me, but not a deal breaker. It's definitely gonna affect security if we do rank it for sure, 1,000,000%. But we'll see. BNB distribution, we pretty much know about all that. 1 million Kodiak tokens is required to receive BNB distributions. Ooh, they need to make that bigger. They need to make that bigger. Okay. Someone said they're doing a ton of marketing. There really are everyday new stuff rolling out. This will adjust. Okay, good. Hopefully they do lower that eventually. I would love to see them lower that eventually. They need to make this a lot bigger. This is a little sneaky. That's a little sneaky, right? Because some people may be buying just a little bit of tokens here and there. Just like, oh, I'm gonna get some BNB. I'm gonna just buy like a little bit when they don't realize they need a certain amount. I think that this is important for that to be a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger, where it says like 5% BNB redistribution to all holders with over 1 million tokens, just so it's a lot more, what's the word? Transparent there. 1 million is like $10. I get that. But it's still important, right? Just my opinion. And you guys know, like, just everything I say doesn't mean that I don't like a project or I hate a project. I don't like some of them, clearly, from the today stream. But like, I'm nitpicky. My whole goal here is to show people not only like what some good cryptos are, but also how I look at cryptos and my thought processes behind it, so people can hopefully avoid things. Do they have any? Someone said they need marketing money and they're going to change the marketing tax when they gain traction to marketing and through liquidity. That would be great. That would be absolutely phenomenal. I would have no issue with that at all. Just me. I'm a random person on YouTube. Okay, but that's just my opinion. I think 4% may turn some people away. So the way it works for holders, I like this so far. You buy tokens. I think a buddy of mine reviewed them. Did Stephen Clark go over them? Let me know. You buy tokens and hold them. Every 60 minutes, you'll automatically receive. Whoa, every 60 minutes. That's a lot. That's cool. That's sick. It's usually like a day or like a week or something. No action is required via the token. So an automatic BNB gain on every 60 minutes. That's sick. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty dang on cool. Cool. Okay. The contract keeps track of all Kodi holders and the amount of tokens held relative to the overall token supply. Every transaction processes a 1%. I'm so glad we're ending this with a cool one. 1% or 3% tax, depending on buy or sell. Process a 1 or 3% tax and automatically converts the tax tokens into BNB. Is there a different transaction on sales than there is buys? If that's the case, that needs to be provided up here. Needs to be provided up there, just for transparency there. The converted BNB is transferred into the dividend pool. The BNB. Okay. All right. The BNB dividend pool will then be split equally to token holders relative to their percent holdings. An example, if a holder owns 1% of the Kodi tokens, 1% of the dividend pool will be, okay, that makes sense. Cool deal. 1% of the dividend pool will be distributed directly to their wallet. So it's proportional, which is how it should be. The contract checks if the withdrawable dividends a user has is above the minimum threshold for auto claims and will either automatically claim those dividends for BNB or automatically buy back tokens for them. Okay. Sweet. So the number of holders processed through each transaction is based on transaction size. Holders will receive dividends from the queue based on their position in the array. It's a fully automated system and requires no manual action from the holder. Minimum token balance is 1 million Kodi tokens to receive BNB. The 60-minute redistribution can be delayed up to an hour or more depending on volume, which is kind of you can expect that. Okay. Kodiak Entertainment Hub. Listen, this is what I was excited about. This is what I want to, like, what is this? Like, what is this? I haven't seen many of these. The Entertainment Hub will initially launch with a 24/7 radio program. It will be hosted off Telegrams and streamed live via YouTube, Telegram, Discord, and Twitch. It will consist of daily, weekly, hourly shows covering a variety of topics, both crypto and non-crypto related. That's cool. Downtimes will consist of either open discussions amongst teams. This is sick. It's like a bang on crypto radio show, which is literally what they said it is. But that's cool. That's cool. Okay. The schedule will include, but not limited to. I want I want to listen. Like, I want to see what they're talking about. Are they gonna like crypto news, conspiracy theories, fantasy sports, health and wellness, AMAs, relationship advice, potential investments, off the cuff entertainment, program subject change? That's sick. The entertainment hub will become a source of revenue. That this is a good finish. This is a good finish. Yeah, shout out to Steven. Leave Steven alone. The entertainment hub will become a source of revenue that directly benefits Kodi holders. Potential clients will be able to purchase advertisements that run on the platform. Yeah, of course, ranging from banners to voice ads, similar to how PooCoin advertisements works. Will incorporate the necessity of Kodi tokens as a form of payment. Revenue will be dependent on the success of the popularity of the platform. I think it would make a lot of sense for them and to lower that marketing wallet eventually, because if they start getting a good bit of revenue from their advertisements, they can then use that for marketing and leave the risk of the investors out of it. I think that's only fair. Use that ad revenue to reinvest it back into the company, back into marketing to get more ad revenue, right? And leave and that'll be appealing to investors because they're like, oh, they're investing into themselves, they're investing into these things, and they're not putting us at risk by claiming more of a percentage and having these huge wallets that are used for marketing. That's the plan. Cool, sick. Okay, this is cool. Okay, the Kodiak token is shout out to Elvis. RIP Elvis. The Kodiak team has designated 1% of the total supply for charitable donations. That's sick. Every month, the community will vote on which charity we will donate the allocated BNB to in this wallet to. Now, you know what I like about this? They're not trying to how do I explain it? I don't want this to come across wrong. They're not trying to leave Stephen Clark alone. They're not trying to make this come across as a charity coin. They have charitable causes, but they're not trying to say our sole purpose is charity. No, their sole purpose is the entertainment hub. And with that, they have a 1% charity wallet, which is just another good feature of it, just for the general wellness of humanity, right? I don't like when charity cryptos that are solely based around charities, saying like, oh, we're a charity crypto, we're focusing on charity. Then they have like 1% dedicated to charity. They have like whatever your main purpose of the crypto is needs to be the main focus of your tokenomics or your token supply or something like that. And so I'm cool with this 1% because it's not what they're trying to base their whole crypto around. So just in case I seemed like I was kind of contradicting things I've said about 1% charity wallets in the past. So the protocol will be launched on August 18th. And I'm assuming this all went well. Are they out of pre-sale? Please tell me they're out of pre-sale. Are they out of pre-sale? Okay. So following the pre-sale, all right, hold on. All right. Anyone spamming about Boss Token, you're permanently muted. I mean, it's ridiculous. If you want people to take your community to get serious, take yourself serious. Simple. Okay. Following the pre-sale, the Kodiak team will provide an update on when Kodi tokens will become available for purchase on PancakeSwap. Sick. Out of pre-sale, yes, good. Okay. So lock liquidity. This is a pretty sick. Hey, Paul, I like this. I like this white paper. Good, a lot of good info. Be locked for a year. This provides holders assurance that their tokens can be traded. A trusted third party in DXL will operate as a middleman to ensure that all raised liquidity is locked in a secure locker. Good. Multi-sig, the marketing wallet and team wallets will be logged via multi-sig wallet, viewable to the public on Gnosis Safe. A Gnosis Safe there, which is good. Contract audited prior to launch. Good, dude. They're doing good. Nice. Okay, we got a good one. The team has purchased a top-tier audit with Desert Finance. They're good. 5 of our core members will be fully doxing to this company to ensure the security of the project. This will deter dishonest practices by the team. Otherwise, the docs information will be released to the public. Good. Through Certic post-launch. Okay. Nice. And then we have the Desert audit. They're doing good. Okay, this is good. Desert Finance. We saw this. I'm not going to go through this one. It's all good. Okay. What? Okay, there we go. An additional audit will be conducted through Certic. So anti-dump protection, 0.1% of total supply will be denied. Extra 3% selfie. Here we go. So swing trading is common practice. Extra 3% selfie will be added, 2% to BNB, 1% to liquidity pool. Total selfie equals 9%, 3% BNB distribution, 2% liquidity. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Pool plus 4% marketing wallet. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, this is not updated then. What is the updated total? I know. I'm sorry, SGT. Ray, honestly, I wouldn't go watch the review, to be honest. What's the updated total selfie? Because if the other one, if the the buy fee's 10%. What's the 9? What is this? 13% self. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay. Simple, but cool. Sick. Let's see what their chart's doing. I don't really look at charts often, but I'm curious to see what other people think. Okay. Had a good little run up, had a good little launch, but it's come back down a decent little bit, and it's kind of consolidated. So definitely going to want to watch to see if it can gain some traction again. This is not uncommon. I will say that this isn't uncommon to see a bit of a fall here, but you can see it like spiked all the way back down and regained some traction. Curious to see how it goes. Okay. That's why also I don't buy on launches, BT dubs. That is why I don't do pre-sales. I don't do launches. I don't do anything because this is very common. That big fall, very common. I don't do it. I don't do it ever. Okay, so we looked at that. We looked at this. Look at my boy. Look, Big Steven. Yeah, shout out to him. I love him. He's like my big brother. Him, Connor, and Sam are like all my big brothers that bully me all the time. Weekly guests from the world of crypto coming soon. Bear Cave. The Bear Cave will be an exciting podcast packed with interesting guests. When's the podcast starting? The launch had complications. Okay. Oh, shout out to you. Let me know when the podcast starts, just so I can get that info. Big shout out to you, Ronan. All right. Join us on Telegram. Is there anything else? Giveaways, daily BNB giveaways. Our new dashboard, which allows everyone to view their BNB rewards, is under development and will be launched soon. In the meantime, use PancakeSwap to check your rewards. That'll look pretty cool. So, how many is that? 100,000 million, 100 billion, which is fantastic. 4% to the team, 4% burn, 3% marketing wallet. How many is this? 4%, 1%, 1%. That's so 3, 4, 5, 9. That's like 10% that they have, which is under their control. I'm not too worried about that. What's up, Cody? Shout out to you. The podcast has started. Coming forward. So the only question I have right now, if anyone in the chat can help me, is what is the utility? Give me a breakdown of the utility of the token. And I wish it was on here, and I might have missed it. So I know that you get BNB. I know that thing. Is there any way that you can use the token for these podcasts? Is there anything you can use the token for anything? Let me know how what else can you use the token for? Is it just to earn BNB with all these other things, or what? Because I'm struggling to find like the use of like, why not just join the Discord and the Telegram and tune into the podcast without buying the token if I don't want BNB? Do you get any extra perks, or can you use the token for anything else? Can you please go over Qubit? I have a video coming out on Qubit soon. There was a problem with multi-sig wallet and we had a sniper, but now everything works fine. Podcast is already starting. Great. So if someone can answer this question, that'd be fantastic. If anyone can, let me know. What's the utility? What's the utility? Token will be used to purchase advertising on podcast. That's very limited. Is there anything else? We have games and prizes daily. You need to be a holder. Okay. And they're currently developing their own platform that will incorporate the Cody token. Okay. So to be fair, there's a limited utility. In terms of advertisements, there's not like that many people who are going to. Someone says super chats. Oh goodness. 1 second. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll get into it. That's just a show. I'll go over in a second. 1 second. So we're gonna rank this. I know. I'm thinking. My bad. Okay, let's think. Okay, we're gonna be able to rank this. Let's go ahead and let's do this. Okay. Now let's look. I think we can rank this. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah, so they have doxed themselves to Solidity. And that's who they got. Hold on, let me make sure it's Solidity. Desert Finance, sorry. They got a Desert Finance audits, 5 IDs provided. I do trust Desert Finance with that, so I do count that as doxing. I'd like them to be more public and to show themselves and who's behind the project. I don't know if they have, but in terms of doxing and putting a name behind it, they have done that. And Desert will provide information if anything malicious happens. We will be offering paid advertisement to audited projects. We shall be creating unique ads with our professional in-house voice actor and VFX. Okay. Limited utility still. That's just my honest opinion. Limited utility in terms of mass adoption. until this goes forward and does better. But let's see. Let's see. I'm actually curious. I'm curious to see how this ranks out. It's cool though. I really do like the idea. I've not seen anything like it with doing like a 24/7 entertainment thing and stuff like that. So let's see. Let's see how it does. Kodiak token. Let's see. So creativity is pretty creative. I think it's worth another 9. I'm giving creativity. The only way that you'll get a good rating on creativity is if you just give me something that's not normal, right? I want to see something unique. I want to see you do something different. Like the utility of this thing. I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna go 8 actually, because I just said that. What they're doing, the podcast, the platform, and all that stuff in the radio, I love that. That's super creative. They're their own thing. They're not a Doge or Moon or whatever. They're creating their own brand, and I really do like that a lot. The utility of the token is limited, and I want to see them do something more creative with the token. How can you use this? Other than giveaways and BNB and games, how can you make that token something there real creative in what you can do with it? That's what I want to see personally. Like, who knows? Maybe people can have a certain amount of the token and they can get on the podcast or ask some of these. Maybe you can get a crypto investor who's experienced, bring him on. And then people like people who have a certain amount of tokens, they can then be put into a pool of people, and the winner gets a chance to go onto the podcast and talk to that crypto investor and get their advice about stuff. Things like that. Like, that's what I mean in terms of creativity. I want to see them doing things like that says, okay, this is the token and this is what we can do with it. And when you hold it, that would be absolutely, like there's more things to it. That's what I mean. Longevity. I'm going to give this one a 7 in terms of longevity, because I think it's going to come down to implementing more utility. The platform, the podcast, and all of that will be great. It'll be actually really, really, really good. But I think that until they get some more, yeah, Jamie, I had my homie Jaggy made it, but I didn't use it this stream because I kind of forgot, so I just didn't save it, and the stream already started. But I'm going to have an Excel sheet that calculates this very soon. So I want to see that they can last when the utility increases. Okay, utility is the only thing that I'm more like about right now at Kodiak. Progress, good progress. Another 8. I give this another 8. Because they got their audits, they're making good progress. They're thinking like a week old. Honestly, let's go. I think an 8.5 is worthy here. They're a week old. They've got all of this done. I love the website. Some people, like, I know someone said they might not like it. I do like it. I think this put together well. They got the audit done. They got the doxing done and all that. They're they're getting these things going. They're getting these things going. So, yeah, I like this. Presentation is great as well. I give this one a 13 in terms of presentation. The only thing I want to see is, that they are just maybe a little bit more clear on the utility. Like, that was when I went through the whole website, I was like, what's the utility of it? Like, what else can I do with it? I think if there's a way they can implement that a little bit more, I definitely think that there can be great. But you know what? Yeah, I think 13. And I do like the videos are fantastic, and just that overall engagement. That's good. Utility is definitely lacking right now. I'm going to go 11, which is a lower, but I definitely think there is utility, and I think that there's, how do you explain it? How do you explain it? So what's the way? I give them an 11 because there is room for utility. There's a lot of things they can do for it. If I was going off pure utility, I'd probably go like an 8 or 9. There's a room for utility here. There's a lot of things they can do, and there's things that they want to do. It's an 11 now. And when we revisit it, because it'll be in the top 5, I think. When we revisit it, I want to see that there is more talks and things like that about like what else they're going to be doing. What? But people are saying I did. I did what? I did what? Oh, comment. Oh, I'm literally so blind. Comment. I did if you have purchased one of the cryptos on the Gem Finders list. Yes. Okay. Security. Good. So Doxxed, audited, very limited whale holdings, rather large marketing right now. Rather large marketing wallet, which takes it down a bit. Plans to do a CertIC audit, a breakdown of total supply. No weird whales, no big wallets there that are worrying to me in terms of them having too much of a control. Locked liquidity. I will not move this from they've covered the basics. Doxing and auditing are 2 big ones for me. Absolutely have to do this. I won't move this until that marketing percentage goes down, and it's really just, and I'd like to see a better audit happen in the future, of course. I 1,000,000% will not, and they have the multi-sigs, yeah. So they have the multi-sig wallets for marketing, which is great, but it's still, listen, multi-sig wallets, in my opinion, are good for external threats. Okay, they're good for external threats. If something was to happen, you never really know why, but the whole team decided we're out, and they all have, it's a multi-sig, that doesn't stop them at all, because they all can just boop, 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 sign, get their signature, and boom, they're out of there. Now, they're audited by Desert Finance, so they would then be released to the public on who they are. But we've seen people who have been doxxed before pull these things off, and so there is still that risk with a 4% marketing wallet. It's a huge wallet. Okay. So, okay. So it's just my opinion, so that's that. They have plans to reduce that marketing wallet, to lower it. And when that does happen, for sure, I think we come back, we revisit it, and we see where this thing is. Okay. I think, I think, you know what? I'm going to go, I think I go 11.5 on utility. I think I like that. A lot of room to grow, but after a week, they are doing very, very good in making this progress. And I think this is a fair representation of my opinion, at least just my random dude on YouTube opinion. So let's go ahead and let's see. So 8 plus 7, and I kind of like the suspense of not seeing it automatically calculate, not going to lie. Plus 13. All right. So we are looking at an 80%. I think that's very, very fair. I think that's right on the money. That's very, very, yeah, I like that. That makes a lot of sense. So that does put them at number 4, or number 5, I meant. Welcome to the top 5. And cool. Yeah, nice, guys. We got a number 4 and a number 5 today. Boom, boom, boom. I think that makes a lot of sense. Big shout out to whoever that was that said that. That was a very good way to end this today. After coming off the Doge one, they're not going so well. I think this is very yeah. I think an 80% is a good representation for sure. Cool. Well, guys, that was successful. So we had a number 4, we had a number 5 addition today. What all we did, just a little recap. Let's go ahead and add this in. Glad with that. I'm very happy with that. So we went over rhythm, which is very cool. Hold on, let's go. Let's make sure I didn't miss any super chats before they get away from me. So someone said, this crypto right here is a decentralized group. We are talking about a real private co-owned island, Doxxed, CG, Certic, and CMC on the way. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get into that, especially if they do get on CoinGecko and all those things for sure. So shout out to you. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you. And then quick shout out to Amelia with a $10 donation. I don't see a chat here, but well, I appreciate it, homie. All love, all love, all love, all love. You should join the podcast of Bears. I'd probably be down. I'd probably be down to go on and chat. I'd probably be down to go on and chat it up, And now let me go back to Robodoge for a second here, guys, because I kind of feel bad, but I don't feel bad. When understand something, right? When you recommend a project to me, this platform I'm making and what I've been building and all of this, how do you explain it? All the work that not only myself, but the moderators and those of you who come in that have put the energy into creating the series, this ain't a shill fest. Just because you want me to like it doesn't mean I'm going to. And just because it's a crypto that you love doesn't mean I will. You got to understand that these people who make these projects, they know what they're doing. Okay? They know what they're doing. When you make a token with Doge in the name and things like that, you already know what you're doing, right? There's some exceptions. There are some cryptos that have taken the Doge name as a marketing ploy, self-admittedly, and then completely ran with it in an opposite direction of all the rest, and I'm okay with those. But when these developers who can put together all this coding and do all of this work, they know what they're doing when they make these projects. And so just because I'm one of the few who's willing to say, this does not look right. This looks weird. That looks wrong. Maybe just take a step away. And I understand when money is involved, you get emotional. But maybe just for a split second, take a step away and look at this and think, what is the reason they made this token? And then you can start to see it. And so do understand that, Kodiak got an 80%. So do understand that when I make these rankings, when I look at these cryptos, I am never, ever going to not give my honest opinion, period. I don't care. If I make you mad and you dislike the video, I don't care. I genuinely couldn't care less. I'd rather take 85 dislikes from 85 members of a community who I done pissed off than have 85 people in my community, 85 people who are loyal to our platform and, really love what we do here, lose money because I shilled something that I knew was wrong. I'm bigger than that. We're bigger than that. And so if you do recommend a crypto to me, look into it first. Did this probably hurt Robodoge a little bit? Maybe. And that just is what it is, because I'm always going to go in and give my honest opinion, whether you like it or whether you don't. Am I right? Do I know everything? No. Okay. That's why I say it so often. And people laugh at me and they're like, man, dude, you stop calling yourself a random dude on YouTube. You're not, why did you take Muso Finance off of your list? The reason that I took off Muso Finance off the list is because they were lower ranked than the number 5 rank. And there's only a top 5. There's only top 5 and they are now 6. So they're not in the top 5. But do I know everything? No, guys, I don't. I've contradicted myself in this series. In the beginning of the series, I've said things that I've changed my mind on. I've come across as a hypocrite. I've talked about cryptos in the past that I now would never talk about. I 1,000,000% I have. I 100% have, self-admittedly. But as time goes on, as I grow in this space, as I look at new tokens, as I look at new cryptos, as I learn from you, as I learn from developers, as I learn from people like Scott and Cody and Paul, and people who know more than me, I become not only a better man through, gradual increase of education or intelligence. I don't like that word, but I also become a better YouTuber in that I can provide you all with unbiased information that is based off of logic rather than emotion. And that's my whole goal here. If you like it, I'm glad. If you don't, I don't care. To be fairly honest. And with that, I hope you guys do enjoy the series. We're going to keep this going. As long as there are tokens, as long as there are people, I will never, ever in my life, mark my words now, because someone said it in here, never, ever in my life create a token. Never. I'm never going to do it. There is too much that'll happen, and I have bad luck. There's way too much that'll happen that would go wrong, and I would immediately, people would call me scammer of the year. So I'll never do it. But as we go on with this, as long as there's new projects, as long as there's cryptos that people who are talking about, as long as there's things that people want to see, as long as there's crypto scamming people, we're going to keep up with this series. I'm going to keep it going. I appreciate you all, and I do really, really, really value your opinions and everything you say. If there's anything I can do to make this better, please let me know. If there's anything I do that's stupid or dumb or wrong, please let me know. You're not going to hurt my feelings, okay? But with that, my whole goal here is to grow this thing into something spectacular, and whether it be 100 viewers or 1,000, we're going to keep it real. Okay. And so with that being said, of course, we're going to open up the chat. We're going to look into this thing and whatever you guys want to say, if there's anything that you have, any concerns, anything like that, now is the time to let me know. So please do so now. We're going to look at this. We're going to go into the chat for the next 5 minutes. Then I got to log off and head to my gym. So with that being said, also guys, I should be able to walk again next week. I'm kind of banking on being able to walk again next week coming off of surgery. All right, let's see. I'm gonna jump into the chat here. I want to pull this up. There we go. Now, my voice and the audio might disconnect a little bit when I go into full screen here. Not sure why, but yeah. Let's pull up pull up the contenders now. All right, let's see. There we go. He's not here, but he's still alive yet. If you keep working, shout out to Nico. Emilio, what's up, homie? Patreon subscriber. Look at APL Apollo FinTech and XRP Killer. No, don't kill it. XRP, I love it. I'm not trying to get muted. Hope to get your attention. I'll smash the like button. Yeah, Emilio, message me on Patreon. Shout out to you. Big shout out to my homie Metropolis Green. Always in here, always showing love. I appreciate you so much, homie. So much. I use Coinbase. I use Coinbase every time. This crypto right here is on CG. Check them out, and you'll be shocked. Maybe we'll have to go ahead and give them a look. I appreciate it, Pete. Oh my gosh, so there we go. Peter, shout out to you. Get well soon. Shout out to you, George. I'm trying to, man. We're getting there. It's been hard. Coming out of surgery, it's been hard. But we're there. I can see the end of the tunnel. If you can choose either being a huge UFC stars or work with Binance, what would you choose? UFC all day. Because for UFC, I can work for myself for the most part. For Binance, I work for someone. I never work for someone a day again in my life. Never. I'm way too hard-headed. All right. Do you always refresh your top 5 when you keep reviewing more and more? Yes. So until the end of the season, if a crypto gets a better ranking than one of the ones in the top 5, it knocks out number 5 and everyone moves down. I got muted for trying to send a chat. with my favorite token. Well, if you just put the name of it, you probably got muted because that's a part of the that's it. Jim Jarvis. Jim, message me somewhere again. Jim, we need to talk. Jim, you're like my favorite person ever, by the way, on the streams. No offense to anyone else, but Jim has been here for a long time, like a very, very long time. Shout out to Jim. Will you do a review on the SafeMoon wallet this Saturday? I'm actually leaving. We have some fights this weekend. As you guys know, I'm an MMA fighter and a coach now, and I have some guys fighting this weekend. We have a hurricane that is going to intercept us on the way there, so we'll see how that goes. But yes, I'm not going to be here Saturday. I'm not going to be here Sunday, but maybe Monday. Good stream. I love how you're rating crypto. You're the best. Keep doing what you're doing. You're really honest, and I love that not a people are like you. I appreciate it. And I've made mistakes in the past, guys. I genuinely have. I've had sponsorships that I didn't look into enough. I've never, ever, no matter what anyone says, I can prove it, never promoted a scam. Like, I've never been paid by crypto that ended up scamming people and put them on here. But there have been cryptos that were just, they're not up to par with the quality I want here. And I've made that mistake. Okay. I'll never make it again. Period. Simple. I'm not perfect. I'm going to make more mistakes, duh. But, yeah. You're not going to the Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul will never get $1 of my money. I want to get bigger. I want to get big enough on YouTube. I want to get big enough on YouTube that I can box him, knock him clean out. Promise. I've always followed you for a long time and always supported too. I do appreciate you. Honestly, thanks. Hey, shout out to you. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Never, ever. I will never make a token. Call me the biggest hypocrite on earth if I do, because at that point, someone needs to come check on me. Never. I will not. No chance. I've been a part of tokens. Like, I'm an ambassador for one, but I don't want to make one. I'm good. It's just too much. Shout out to Michelle, my mom, for keeping the chat orderly. Absolutely. My mom's a working machine. She's killing it. She's the one who got me here. That's facts. We might need to update my break soon. No, you're not muted. I can see you. I see a lot of comments. Sound of Freedom, once again, another great stream. Always keeping it real solid. Much respect. Shout out to you, homie. Rasta Black, what's up? Coinbase, not your keys. I use Coinbase to buy them. I have hard wallets. I don't keep anything on exchanges. I have a bunch of hard wallets. I just use Coinbase to buy them. What are the cryptos you talked about that you now dislike? I want to make sure I don't have one of those. The one I talked about today that I didn't like, to be fairly honest, was Robodoge. I just didn't like it. Where do you train? I used to do MMA wrestling. Oh, dude, you were in the full mix. I used to do MMA, boxing, judo, Muay Thai, and wrestling. I've been thinking of getting back into it. I train in Lafayette, Louisiana. Head Kicks MMA. Represent. My coach is Aaron Phillips. He has a UFC fight October 23rd against Chris Moutinho. Tune in on the UFC ESPN Plus. We're going to be, who knows, maybe on the main card. You'll see your boy on the screen. Mirage, shout out to you. Welcome in, homie. Mirage said, missed the stream, but I'm sure it's great as usual. Hope we can talk about SP one day. Yeah, we'll get into it. Or maybe, Mirage, I'll probably have to look at it on my own time and just give you my opinion there if I'm not able to. Driven X should be higher as well. We're going to go over all of our top 5 cryptos at the end. On one of the last streams before season ends, we're going to give a new ranking to all of our cryptos. Rasta Black, I kind of had a roasting session earlier. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be about it for the stream. We're at about a minute and 45 seconds. We're at about an hour and 45 minutes. I hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. It gets a little bit risky sometimes when I basically just come out and say, Dustin Poirier fan. Dustin Poirier is one of my buddies. I talk to Dustin every now and then, and I'm going to be, whenever I'm back on my knee, I'm going to be training with him and them at his at the Diamond Training Center and stuff. So yeah, Dustin's a fantastic guy, role model, everything. I've known Dustin for like 6 years now, since 2015. You think McGregor still has it in him? Yeah, he does. As much as I don't like him, he does. Drop the fight link in the Discord. Wouldn't mind supporting. Yeah, you're definitely going to do that. But with that being said, guys, again, that is going to be about it for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy episode number 5. Now, of course, just for a brief recap for anyone who is interested, we did go over Rhythm Music was our sponsor of the day. Absolutely fantastic platform coming out in terms of music industries. Gorilla Diamond, we went over a review and why they are going to be on this season of Gem Finders. We gave Wanderlust a ranking in which they entered into the top 4 of the streams. Last but not least, we went over Robodoge, who was actually Going to be a crypto that I was not the biggest fan of, to be very honest. Last but not least, we did end up going over Kodiak token, who ended up making its way into the number 5 spot on the channel itself. So, of course, big shout out to Cody Krantz, Jim Jarvis, Sean, Mirage, Aquavale, Rizik, Rasta Black, Dre, everyone who has been here, Jim Jarvis, Andrew, everyone who has been in here since the beginning of the stream. I really do appreciate you, of course. And SGT, I did see you on here all stream as well. So big shout out to you. But with that being said, guys, you guys know the drill. We'll be live again next Thursday. We may be live on Monday, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. So definitely look forward to us being live again on next Thursday. I will see you all very soon. Stay tuned for the videos. Stay tuned for everything else. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. You know the drill. Let me go full screen, because y'all play around, man. Y'all play around like you don't see me put my peace sign up, and you gotta touch it. Like, we gotta touch it like that. You ready? All right, 3, 2. You ready? Put it up. There we go. Sick. 1. All right, let's go.